part of GD Jalandhar team. So this is the day 2 of week 2 cybersecurity training. That will be covering up the from intermediate to advanced topics. So we are at day 2 where we are gonna like set up our lab environment so that we will be solving up our CTF or the like CTF bug bounty and the cybersecurity in the following days, right? So before starting up the session, of course, there is an important notice that we need to like read carefully. All the content which will be shared throughout the bootcamp is strictly for educational purposes and lies under the code of conduct of GD Jalandhar, requesting all the participants to follow the code of conduct seriously. Neither GD Jalandhar nor me will be responsible for any damage or harm caused by any participant. Fine. So this is what we are going to do today. First, we are going to install VirtualBox Kali ISO file, then setting up our lab environment in the virtual machine, that is VirtualBox or Oracle VirtualBox only. So discussing something like basic commands so that you can get familiar with the terminal and you can like enjoy using the terminal in the following days. Then you will be like installing some tools from the like GitHub, so that will be helpful for your CTF only. Then we have the Burpset, so we will like learn about the Burpset, how we can use that. Fine. So let's start. As I have already shown you, but still, uh, let me just give you the link again so that you can download Oracle VirtualBox if you haven't already. Then Kali ISO file. So as I have already said, like install, like download according to your like PC configuration. You need to be careful about like your PC configuration. If it is 64-bit, then download accordingly. Either it will not work on your PC, right? So after downloading, it will take a lot of time to download because it is really heavy file. So after doing that, what you need to go you need to set up your lab environment for that. And before like going on that thing, just let me tell you why we are focusing on the like virtual environment, why we aren't working on like directly on any Kali, why I'm just taking up the like virtual machine most of the time. So that is actually basically we are the beginners in this domain. So I'm just taking I'm just talking about the beginners who is not familiar with the terminal, who is not familiar with some commands, and they are just trying and they're just getting familiar with what the does that actual like command does. Fine. So suppose if someone is working with a sudo and he has just removed some like important file from that, and it will be like really difficult for him to like reset up the whole environment, right? So that's why we actually choose the virtual environment. What does that do? That helps you in making the like sandbox environment in like a virtual environment, that if anyhow you have harm your environment, you have just destroy that environment, your main PC, your main host desktop will not get disturbed with that, right? So that's why like while practicing these kind of things, while practicing different kind of tools, and you have to like go and try the stuff in which maybe you are not familiar with, maybe like you are just trying for the very first time. So for that, it is always like recommend to use the virtual box or the virtual machine for that. So that's why we are focusing on the virtual environment and setting up that. So as I have already like using the Kali, as you have already seen. So like my friend Shivani will help me out, showing like sharing the screen, and we will be learning how we can set up our virtual machine. Okay. So, as I already, this is like the interface of the like Oracle VM VirtualBox. So, why I'm like focusing on this? Of course, many of the beginner have the like question whether we should go for VirtualBox or we should go for VMware. So, like we recommend the VirtualBox because this is like open source and available for free. For the VMware, you have to like buy like after a month, you have to pay for that. So it's not like if you're like if you're not professionally working, so if you're not a professional, so you should like go for this VirtualBox. Fine. So for the very first step, like we can click on the new, because we are setting up a new environment. So like clicking upon new, then we have to give the name of the machine. So in the name, like we are typing like Kali Linux, and under type, we are giving the type Linux, and before that, I have set up the machine folder where you want to keep this like file. Where you want to save your whole data. Right. After giving the type Linux, we are moving further for the version. Like you have to see accordingly according to your PC configuration. Like here, I'm choosing like a Debian 64-bit. So you can go for 32-bit if your PC is like of 32-bit. Then we have to choose 2 GB RAM, that is 2048. So after choosing the RAM, we can just simply go for like creating. We have to do nothing but just simple go on with next, next, and next. Clicking on next, then again next. So this is the like folder we are giving. So of course this is like we are done. And like next, we have to give the ISO like path of the ISO file. So in the settings, you can go under the storage, and in the storage, you can see this is the empty option is given under the ID. Fine. So here you can just click like on this CD, and then you can just choose a disk file, and then you can click on, or you can simply choose the ISO file here. Fine. After just clicking, you can click on the start, and this is how like it will be helpful for you. Fine. So it will just take a time. It will just take a little time, or I can say near about 1 hour or maybe 2 hours. So after like clicking on start, you have to like simply go on like clicking next, 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 and next. Just see your PC configuration, like how that is working. So you have to be careful about like your PC configuration. That is the only variable thing. So that only varies. So after going on this, you can just select the ISO, then click on start button, and you can see. Fine. So simply selecting the graphical installation. So this is where like that's why I'm not I wouldn't be able to show you the like perfect like whole installation because it will take a lot of time. So it if it goes in time, okay. Okay, just clicking on English, of course, that language, and then clicking on continue, and going on selecting the like country, India, continue, then again, this is what. Okay, again continue, and just clicking, it will just take few time to install. So, if anyone is not clear with the steps, you can just later on the recording will be provided to you, so you can just replay that, and you can check out the steps again, and you can install side by side, right? So it is just like we are just here configuring the network. So You can configure here, or you can just configure later on after like maybe installation. If you're not giving any IP right now, if you're not giving any name right now, so this is the host name that I want to give. So like simply if I type the Kali or Shivani, okay, continue. And again, giving the domain name, if I can like just give ABC for now. Username that you need to give, and then you have to give the username, and after you have to choose the password and give the password. So it is recommended like choose the strong password for that. So I guess it is really easy. You have to just read out what that is asking for you, and you can just simply go for and install that, right? So even you can just check out the various blogs, or you can check out the YouTube videos for that, and following up. So till now, like, may I know like how many of you are already familiar with the Linux environment or the terminal? You can use the chat box for that. If you are aware of that, you can type yes. Okay, again like guided. Okay, continue, and again continue, continue, and continue, and it will just like go for that. Okay, you have to change that changes to yes, and then continue. Okay, so I can see like many of you are all like okay, no problem, Nitesh. After that, I will be discussing like basic commands so that you will get familiar with the terminal only, and you can like work with that, right? So, so guys, I guess you can like simply go for that, and you can. Okay, so like Bhaskar, if you can like share your screen and show us.
Okay. Hello, guys. So, is there anyone over here who is not familiar with Linux or have never used CLI or a terminal? Because I have seen many SS, but there are few no's as well, right? Yeah. Okay. So, people who are not familiar with Linux, yeah. So, the main target is to teach people who are new to it, right? So over here, I'm sharing a link in the description in the chat session. Just wait for it. Mm, yep. So just open that link in your, obviously in your laptops. I'm just presenting my screen. Uh, Let me present it. Let me know once it is visible. Is it visible now, Ashwini?
Yes, Bhaskar.
Yep. Okay. So this is a website. I just searched it online, and for people who really want to see how an CLI and everything works, just over here you'll be finding Kali, Linux Mint, Zorin OS, etc. Right? Just click on Run Online, wait for it, start, and it'll ask you to wait for some 10 to 15 seconds, and again after that it'll again ask you to wait for 10 seconds. So over here the only cons is that this won't be allowing you to access the network. It'll be just an OS installed in some remote location, and you'll be able to use that operating system. Let me just show you. Like ping and the browser thing, these things won't work, right? So you can actually run the commands which Ashwini will be showing it to you in the next slides. And yeah, this is only for the commands purpose and these things. So let it load. It'll be completely on browser. Okay. So it won't be consuming much of your internet or the resources. Over here, you can see there'll be a terminal. You can just click over it. Okay. So here it is saying that it is showing hash, right? This signifies that you are a root user. That means you have the administrative privileges. So here, let me try to access files, and you can see there's something like clock, sh, and something else. Okay. So over here, if I see, let me click. Okay. Here, who am I? It's saying root. Okay. Then ls is saying, okay, I have clock.sh. Just now we have seen over here, right? That there's a clock.sh file, something like that. So these things Ashwini will be taking care of it in detail. But just the thing is, I have shared this URL. You can use it just to like accelerate your learning online right now. Okay, so ls my okay, connection error. Okay, my bad. So my internet isn't working that fine. Okay, so I have shared the URL. You can run it. That's it. Okay, thank you. Ashwini, you can carry on.
Okay, thank you, Bhaskar. Uh, so I guess you're clear with that. So let me just show you the uses of a different command if you are new to the big this terminal kind of thing. And simple, that is simply like you have used the Windows, right? So in the Windows, what you're doing, you're just using the GUI. That means like you're just clicking on the particular thing and your work is done, right? So the similar kind of thing. So the similar kind of thing can be done. Let me. So a similar kind of thing can be done with the help of the terminal. And okay, so we will be like doing these commands, like knowing these the workings of this like working of this command in the terminal. So the very first thing we can see ls, that is the listing. So it will just list out whatever is there like on there. So if I go for, and then the next thing is cd. If sorry, just let me just show you, like if I want to show the hidden files, what I can do, like I can just simply use the flag, the everything that is written after like this, the slash, that is actually the option of the particular command. So that is actually known as the flag in the terminal. Fine. So if you want to show the hidden files, so you can just simply use this, and you can see like this is the directory, and this is the kind of file. So it is showing up. Fine. And this is like the permission that I will be talking like in just few minutes. Fine. So after the ls, you can see like ls, that is actually the directory listing. So it will just show you the list. Then to show the hidden files, uh, the particular flag can be used, and then the cd, that is actually the to change the directory. If I want to go back, I can simply do this, and I can okay again ls, and you can see I'm back here. Fine. So this is like the very basic command that you can find. And the next thing is if I want to know like in which directory I'm working, like the present working directory, so I can just simply type pwd, that is the present working directory. So you can know like this is the present working directory that I'm working on. Fine. So this is just a very simple thing that you can go for. Again, let me just go on the desktop. And now if you want to make a new directory, that is similar to like making a new folder. If I want to make okay ak 112, okay. So you can see here in the, you can see this ak12 has been made. Fine. So I hope that this is visible. So ak12 has been done, and if I want to remove that directory, then I can simply go for rm and directory dir, and simply ak112. Fine. So again, if I go for like on the desktop, you can see that file has been removed. Fine. So this is just a simple commands or the simple task that you actually do on the like Windows with the simple like clicking on the things. But in the terminal, you can just type a few commands, and you can do like perform the task in the similar way. Fine. Then if you want to like forcefully remove the file, then you can use the like flag f and then the file name. Fine. Then again, like forcefully, if you want to remove the directory, then the flag R. Again, I have shown you the rmdir. And if you want to copy the file, then first you have to write the file name. Like if I want to copy, like just let me just make uh, if I want to make a file, suppose ak txt, fine. I'm using nano editor here, so I will be using ashu1.txt, fine. So this is like I have done that with I am done with the work. So okay, done and save, fine. So now I want to copy this file to ashu1.txt to ashu2.txt. So I will just use this command, and that data will be like copied to the new file, that is ashu.txt. So if I want to see that data, I can simply use the cat command, that is ashu2.txt. Fine. So this is something really like very simple kind of thing. You can see whatever I have typed that has been shown here. So again, if you want to rename that file, you can use the mv command, that is move the file one to the file two. That will like work similar to the like cp, the CP actually does the copy and it will just rename that. Fine. So if you want to make a new file, you can use the touch command even. So for the creation and updation of the file, the touch command can be used. And I have already shown you that if you want to show the output of the that into the terminal only, then you can use the cat command here. Fine. So the data that has been written here. So everything that will be shown on the terminal only, and you need not to go like on the particular opening the different like in the different editor. Fine. If I'm using the nano editor, you need not to go to the nano editor and then open it. You can simply use the cat command, and that will be open into the terminal only. Fine. These were just how to navigate the files, how to navigate the directory. Then you can just follow up some of the system commands that will be helpful for you. So before that, you can use the clear to clear the screen. Again, the simple thing. So I can just see what are the active process that has been going on. So this is just simply the process ZSH. I'm using the shell and the PS. Fine. So this will give you the PID. If this will be helping you out if you want to stop any task, and if you want to stop any process, you can just simply use the kill command, and then you can simply give the PID, that is the process ID, and you can just stop the task that has been. So in the Windows, we actually go to the task manager and then stop that. And in the terminal, you can simply type a simple command and you can do that. Fine. And if you want the this into the detail, you can use the option aux. Then you will find that into detail only. Fine. So the next thing you can use the who am I, that will actually let you know the which user as which user you are working with. So I'm working as the AK07, and this will help you in the CTF, that is actually the attack defense CTF. This command will help you out to know which user you are working with the terminal. Fine. So you have when you always want to gain the access as the root user, and you always take the admin access, you always want to take the admin access so that you can hack the machine. So for that you can just simply write out the command, that is who am I, and it will show you whether you are root user or simply a different user of that, right? So next thing, some networking command, we can use the ping. Of course, in the environment that Bhaskar has told you about, ping wasn't working, but here I can use the ping, and I can simply use maybe IP or maybe any domain. If I go for the google.com, it is showing me I'm sending the request and it is responding me, and you can see the ICMP, everything is going on. So I'm just canceling out Control plus C because it will just go on. Fine. So with the ping, you can just ping to the host. You can just make the by the pinging, you are actually making the connection with the host or with the IP that has been given to you. So basically, you see whether you are able to connect with that particular IP or with the particular machine or not. So this is always helpful in the attack defense CTF. So in the who is domain, I have already shown you like before the uses of who is like a command, and then you can use the flag I, and of course it will give you the publicly available information. So this will be helping you in gathering the information. or if it will be helping you in gathering like the information about any particular domain, and then if you are following up into the CTF. Fine. So these all are like the basic commands that will be useful while you are solving the CTF. So that's why I'm just showing you right now, so that in the following days you can learn about that and you can just like get that. Fine. Then the next thing is Wget. So if you simply want to download some files, so you can like simply use the wget. And right now I'm not interested in downloading any kind of file, so I can just ignore that. So you can just try that if you are just following up any kind of thing. So of course, one thing is if you are just cloning the anything from the GitHub, so you can even do that. So I will be like showing up in the further like slides in just few minutes. And then in the networking, of course, the very important part is the SSH. So most of the time, what has been done in the attack defense CTF, you have to make the connection as whatever the port has, like a port has been given to you, and like machine IP has been given to you, and you have to make the connection. Maybe you have to make the connection as the telnet. Maybe you have to make the connection as SSH. So let me just show you if I am. So this is the lab that I have solved before. You can simply like how this works. It actually takes first the username SSH. Then after you have to type the username, you can see this username bandit, and then you have to give the @ symbol, and then you have to give the domain, fine, or the host. So after the username @host, and then the port number through which you have to you want to connect. So I want to connect with this port, fine. So if I'm following up this, let's see whether I'm able to make the connection or not. So in this, most of the time, what in the CTF it does, like you have to like find out the password. So maybe that password has been hidden in some another file, and you have to find that password first, and then you have to make the connection as SSH. So that works like how this whole CTF lab revolve around, right? So here the password is bandit 0 for now. I know that. So you can see here I has been like entered into this, and the user @bandit. So I'm successfully entered as like into the SSH domain as the SSH. Fine, in the secure shell. So I want to exit that, and I'm again back in this. So I guess this is the like okay the important one. I forgot the important one. So this is iifconfig. So that will just give you your network details. So the network detail of your machine. Fine. So you can see this is the IP, my private IP that I'm working with. This is the net marks or the subnet marks, you can say. So the broadcast IP, that is the BID. So you must have the like little about like networking knowledge for you like using this these kind of things. Fine. So these are really helpful. These are the commands that will be like helping you in solving the CTF labs. If you're working in the attack defense or like into the like terminal kind of CTF. Fine. So I hope I have shown you everything. So the next thing, of course, the permission. Uh, like I have shown you the XXT and all. So this is the thing. This is the permission that has been given. The first one is like if I go to the like the very first one that is given to the owner. You can see here. Fine. The very first one is given to the owner, then to the group, and then to the rest of the user or the board. So simply, how that permission is given. If suppose I'm giving the permission, ch mode 555. Fine. So or like 5755. Fine. So what that actually means that to the owner, to the very first permission that has been given, that is given to the owner. So all what the owner can do, owner can read, write, and execute. How this 7 comes? It actually comes with the addition of these numbers. To the reading, the 4 number has been assigned. To the writing, the 2 number has been assigned, and for the execution, the 1 number has been assigned to that. Fine. So if you don't want to give the writing permission, So you can simply you want to give the reading and the executable permission to the user and to the group and the world. So you can simply use seven the another 55 number. Fine. So I hope you are clear. You're clear with this concept, how this five and all this come, seven, five, and five. Let me just know if you're not okay, okay, yes, yes, yes. Okay, so if suppose if I want to give the permission all the permission to the owner, but only reading permission to the all the permission to the owner, but reading and writing permission to the group, and just reading permission to the rest of the world. So what will be your command? Just type that into the chat section, and I'm looking into that. 764. Okay, fine. So I hope everyone is clear with that, how that 764 actually comes. So this is how you actually give the permission. And simply, if you want to give the only executable permission, then you can simply write ch mode. Let me write into the terminal. You can simply write the ch mode and plus x to the particular thing. Fine. So if I want to give this executable permission to this file, so I can just write this thing. Fine. Ch mode plus x executable permission assigned to that, and the name of the file that you want to execute. Fine. So this has been done. So this is how you can give the permission to. So this is like the basics of this is the basics of using the terminal. I hope that you are clear with this, and this is how you're gonna play with the terminal. And there are many more things that you literally going stepwise. You can learn more advanced thing in the terminal. You can even go for installing the tools. You can even go for working with the different tools. How I can work. Let me just show you. If I want to install after installing, if I want to suppose apt get update, fine, sorry, I'm just updating my system, and if I want to upgrade that, that means the every package or every tool will get updated with the upgrade option. Fine. So this can be done. So right now my system is upgraded, so I need not to do. It will just take a little of time, and my time may get wasted. Fine. So this is done. We are done with the using the terminal. We are done with that. So now we can use commands. Suppose I need to install the harvester tool. That is the information gathering tool. So how I can just install that? Okay, let me just type GitHub. So suppose if I want to clone that into my terminal, so how with the help of terminal I can just do that. I can simply copy this from here. Fine. So this is the type of tool that I'm doing right now, uh, and then I'm using git clone. Fine, and then typing whatever tool I want to use. Suppose I'm using the harvester, so I will be on entering. It will be it will just clone that, and you can see it starts cloning that onto my machine, and it's done. Fine. So if your Git is has not been installed on that, so you can just simply install that Git sudo. Sudo is the giving the install root permission. Sudo install Git. Fine. So you can use this thing for installing the Git if the Git is not there in your terminal. Fine. So for using the simple tool, but I can okay, I can use the harvester tool here. Simply going for the harvester. So what I does suppose I'm a beginner, I don't know anything about the tool. This is this happen most of the time. I got confused. This is the new tool for me, and I don't know. So very first thing that I recommend you to do is check for the help command. Fine, like the harvester, and then give the option like give the flag H. Fine. So that is for the help. You can see like here only you can see the H. Fine. So like how to use that tool. So you will be given all the details. Like this is how you can the H is showing you the help, and after using the D, you can just write the domain that you want to search for. So this is how I actually learn every tool. Fine. So this is like you need not to rely on like another a blog. You need not to go for, maybe you are not finding out the blog for the particular tool. Maybe some tool is new for you, and even new on in the industry even. So that has not been used by any another one, another people. So you can at that time you can simply use the help command and you can learn about that tool. So this is the way that I learn. So like you can learn by this even. Fine. I hope I have shown you like how to use the Git and clone. So this is how like you can install, like you can set up the different tools for your CTF. It is not like okay, I will be talking about what are the popular tools of the CTF tomorrow. But if you really know, like if you think that particular tool, if you know some tool that will be helpful for you, and you are you find very easy to work with that tool, you can just go for that. Like there are thousand, and like I can say like thousand plus tools that you can use for solving the CTF labs, right? So this is how we can go for that. And the next thing, of course, the burp suite. uh, for the burp suite, let me just know if anyone know about the burp suite, like what is this and all. And meanwhile I can drink water. Okay. Okay, yes, I can see like most of you are actually familiar with this. So okay, so the burp suite is actually a tool that is helpful for like web penetration testing. We can say the helpful for the bug hunting. So if you are doing anything like with the web security now, so you will be using the burp suite. So that is actually available for in the both version for the professional and as the community edition too. So as a beginner, you can use the community edition. So let me just show you the uses of this burp suite. Fine. Okay. Let me just show you from the starting, like how I will be using this. So this is how I'm gonna. This is how the latest Burpset look like. So before it was like orange in color and all. So fine. So simply, what you can do, you can just simply select the temporary project that you want to search for and you want to work with, and then simply click on the start burp. Fine. So this is actually used to intercept the request and make and gives you really a lot and lot of options to play with the web code, web security, and you can check for the different kind of vulnerabilities whether that is like into the website or not. Fine. So like how you can check, you can simply explore these kind of options, and on exploring these options you will see for the particular vulnerability. If that vulnerability actually trigger into the website, then you can go for like the further steps, maybe for like reporting. And if you are a bug hunter, you will just report that successfully, and you will get the bounty for that. And if you are like as a like web penetration tester, so you can like use the different options, and you can just make the report with the help of this, right? So how you can do like work with this, simply if I open the browser in the latest version, the browser has been added into this. So opening this, okay, so Chromium has been this is the Chromium browser that has been added to this. So if I want to search for particular course, let me just show you. Fine. So right now I wasn't intercepting the request. I wasn't doing anything with the burp suite. It was just like I'm searching for any kind of thing here. I'm searching for a web page, and this is the web page that I want to search for, and I want to look for the vulnerabilities in this. Fine. So what I can do, I can simply go on intercepting the request. Then you can see I'm typing test and test. So as an attacker, yes, this will like keep on. This will just keep on loading. But at the back end, what the attacker can actually like see the response. Like you can see, these are the header of that. So that is like the attacker is intercepting the packet that has been sent from the browser. So like you can see, and he is getting all the information. Fine. So as I have, sorry, as I've already shown you, this is the HTTP site, and this is not secure. This is not like following the protocol HTTPS, and it will not encrypt the data. So whatever I am typing here, so a test and the password even. So here you can see, I this is into the dotted form, and in the here that the clear text has been shown to the attacker. Fine. So this is how it will be helpful for the attacker by intercepting the packet, and he can get the password of yours, like just simply intercepting your packets. Fine. So this is how he can work with, and on like using the forward. If I forward this request, I can just see forward, and you can see after that, after doing this, my site has been opened. Fine. So again, if I go back, let me just show you again. Fine. So test again. If I want to read, if I want to explore, if I want to like maybe I'm not having the username, I'm not having the password, but what I want to do, I want to brute force that password. Fine. I want to crack that. I'm having the like I'm having the username, a combination of the username and password in one file, and I'm using that in like as the brute force kind of thing. So what you can do, you can simply click on. Okay. So what you can do, you can just simply click on send to the intruder, and in the intruder you can see you can use the payloads, different kind of payloads are here. So this is like where you can type the different payloads. Maybe you can check the like vulnerability for the SQL, you can check for the vulnerability different XSS if you are like putting up any payload here. So like this is how you can you like brute force the password, and you can use these kind of things even. Fine. So after that, if you want to see the response of particular request, like how you can see you can simply like use the repeater option here. You can simply send that like a request to the repeater, and if I will send this, you can see for this request, for this particular request, this is the response that has been given to me. Fine. So I can just see the response even. So as a attacker, I can see the both, like as suppose I'm the proxy server. I'm just like intimate like intercepting the request, and I'm the like man in the middle. Fine. So I'm seeing the request that has been generated by the user, and the response that has been sent by the server. So I can see the both. Fine. Just by intercepting the packets. So this is how the burp suite will help you in working with that. Fine. So you can see again for this particular request, this is the response. So you can just change in this. You can just change the password. Maybe if I'm showing this, and I want to uh, go for this, and you can see you must log in. Fine. So this is the request that has been shown, and you can see the cookies and everything that it has been like using, and you can here you can see all the like requests that has been there, at the back end. In the front, like you what has been shown to you, only this particular domain is using. Fine. But at the back end, you can see the all the domains, all the like website that has been sent to him, and you can search like you can go for searching and exploring the different website and different domains of the like website, different web pages, and you can find the vulnerability in any of the website. And if you find like vulnerability in any of the website, you can go for reporting that successfully and get your bounty for that. Fine. So this is the very first step for using the Burp Suite as the web penetration tester. Fine. So I hope I will be like discussing about this in the detail. I have just shown you the basic thing, how to intercept that. What are the other domains that you can see the post here, so you can see everything. Find what is the cookie, and you can see the post request, post has been the post method has been used here, and you can just change this kind of data. The data in the red color that can be changed. Fine. So this is not the so this is the data that can be changed, and you can just change on the changing the data. You can see whether it is generating some kind of error or not. If it is not generating any kind of error, or it is showing any kind of error, on the basis of that you can judge whether what kind of vulnerability has been present in the website. Fine. So this is how you're gonna work with this. So let me know it is interesting using the burp suite or not. Okay. Okay. So this was about the burp suite, and I will be talking about when I will be showing you about the web application, the labs of the CTF with the web application. Then I will be using that into more advanced way. So on that day I will be exploring more options over there. Fine. And we will be talking about in detail whatever the request has been here. Maybe for the beginner it is really very difficult for you guys to read what is this and what is that. Fine. So this is actually the HTTP header, so that you need to know about. Fine. So we will be discussing about that. Don't worry. So I hope you are now you are familiar with a little bit familiar with the verb suite, and upon working with that, you will be on exploring more and more. You will be learning and getting expert in this tool too. Fine. So this is all about the day. So what next? Of course, from tomorrow, I will be really doing the CTF, and I will be solving a few of the labs. So that, and I will be discussing the various categories about the of the CTF, and how you're gonna work with the CTF and all. Fine. So why CTF? That will be helpful for you in doing the hands-on of the cybersecurity. Fine. You can read out many of the blogs. That's what I have done. So I have read many of the blogs, I have read many of the books, but still I wasn't confident enough until I have done that practically. Fine. So until or unless you will do that into the practical way, you will not gain that much of knowledge. Maybe you are having that knowledge, theoretical knowledge, but that is of no use until you are applying that into the daily life. And CTF is the best way to start the practical of this, because that is actually giving you the simulated environment and everything. So that is not illegal, of course. So if you are using some kind of thing, and if you are using the burp suite, and you are intercepting the request of any verified source, and that will be counted as the illegal kind of thing, because you can't do so without the permission. So to save ourselves from that kind of illegal things, I can we can say we can use the CTF kind of environment to practice about the cybersecurity. Fine. So if you have any queries, if you want to say something, if you have any suggestion, this wasn't good, this wasn't bad, if you have anything, then you can okay. I'm open for the queries, guys. So if you have, let me just go through the chat box and see if there is any. So the resources will be shared to you. Resources the basic commands, what I have used here. So basically, you can just replay the video, and you can just check out that. And after replaying, you can just simply put the commands. But you can just simply find these command on Google. You can just search for Linux basic commands. If I go for that, fine. So for coming into this field, like I can say, the googling out everything will help you a lot. Fine. So if you are googling out the thing, if you know how to Google, if you know how to do the advanced search, you can even go for the advanced search. If you want, really fine. So you can use this thing Google advanced search. Uh, and after using this, like you will be getting like accurate result about that, and you will not need not to go here and there. So you can find whatever you want. Fine, fine. So you can find the blog what you if you can find whatever you need. So basically, I can say uh, Google out most of the time. Just Google out the thing. If you don't understand anything that is available on Google, then you can just go on the Discord, and the mentors are always there for your help. So try to Google first. That will help you a lot. Trust me, that will really help you a lot. Yeah, Google Docs, of course. That has been taught you in the first week of cybersec. Fine. So okay. If you have any queries, you can just unmute or you can just write that into the comment section. Okay. So if you don't have any queries, so this is all about the day. So tomorrow we will be learning more in advance about the CTF and all. So I hope you all will be there on time. So thank you so much for joining that week day two of week two cybersec. So we will meet you I will meet you tomorrow at the same time. So till then, goodbye.